My name is Crimson CBAD, bringing you guys our Week 12 Team Builder in APA. Your Detroit Steelwings going up against Coach Lynx Forte in the South Florida Bulus. This match right now, after a loss streak in other leagues and just how our performance has been, we're on a little bit of a tear this right now, coming back on a 3-win streak. And I believe, depending on the outcome of the Rampardos and Clefable's match, I believe as long as we win this, we are in the playoffs, which is not something I anticipated whatsoever. So if you guys are excited, show some love in that like button down below. Of course, if you're new, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Go show some love to Lynx. The link to his channel will be in the description down below. We're going to go ahead and talk about his team, what he has, and we can go ahead and talk about our team, what we're bringing and why we're bringing it. So first up, right out the gate, he's got Victini. Enough said. Based on 100s across the board with the Victory Star boosting the accuracy of moves, has access to moves like V-Create, Bolt Strike, Glaciate, Brick Break. It can be Will-O-Wisp support. It can have U-Turn. It can be Trick. Very cool Pokemon, 25% weak to rocks. He has the Mega Venusaur with the Thick Fat ability. So after Mega Evolution, its two only weaknesses are Psychic and Flying. The other moves will still hit him. It'll say super effective damage, but it's not super effective damage. We know how Thick Fat works, but very bulky Pokemon. Can have reliable recovery through Synthesis. Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, all that fun stuff. He's got the Milotic, so his Fire, Water, Grass Core is very intimidating. A very bulky Water-type Pokemon. It can phase things out. It can have Haze. It can have Mirror Coat. It can have Dragon Tail. It can be Marvel Scale, so in case we Toxic it increases its defense, and it can be, you know, competitive. So if we bring any of our Intimidate users, he gets a special attack boost. So that's something we got to be careful for. He's got the Scissor, a very hard-hitting Pokemon with a base 130 attack, Bug and Steel type with priority and Bullet Punch, which is boosted by the Technician ability, making it, I believe, an overall 90 base power move, which is very, very terrifying if he can get a Swords Dance up or something. He's got the Florges, which now has access to Defog in this generation. Pretty good Cleric. It can be like a Calm Mind Moonblast user. Can also be good heal support. It can pass wishes as well. He's got the Zoroark, fast 105 base speed Pokemon with the Illusion ability. It disguises himself as the fifth Pokemon in the opponent's party, if I'm not mistaken how that works. Can be run special or physical. It can be Swords Dance. It can be Nasty Plot. It can just be Scarf as well. He's got the Druddigon, a very bulky Dragon-type Pokemon. Very slow as well. Rough Skin, Sheer Force, and Mold Breaker. It doesn't really need to break the mold too much on our side, so I could anticipate maybe like a defensive Druddigon with Rough Skin, or perhaps a bulky offensive Druddigon with like Life Orb, Sheer Force, and Elemental Punches and things like that. Tornadus Incarnate's an incredibly fast, pure flying type Pokemon, 115 base attack, 125 base special attack, and 111 base speed, with Prankster making sure that non-damaging moves do have priority, or Defiant, if any of his stats are lowered, he does get a +2 in attack boost. So Physical Tornadus is something to keep an eye out for. He's got the Quagsire, which is very interesting. Quagsire can definitely show up this week. Unaware Quagsire. Just in case we feel like setting up, we've been known to set up with things like Latios and Aromatisse in the past. So something like Quagsire could definitely show up. But other than that, Recover, Toxic, I don't believe it gets rocks, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, it does not get rocks. Scald, Earthquake, Earth Power, Toxic, Recover, just kind of sits in front of things, usually holding leftovers. Maybe a Rindo Berry for the 4x Grass weakness, because I could bring the Roserade. I don't think I'll bring it because I do have the Roserade. That's my thing. So Electivire, which we actually had earlier in the season, and now it's got a good home on the Bulus. Decently fast electric type, 95 base speed. Hits hard on both the physical and the special side. Probably like a mix set. Could run something like AV with Volt Switch, Cross Chop, Elemental Punches, something like that. And then he's got the Kecleon, a very specially bulky, very specially thick. He's got 120 base special defense, and it does, Kecleon is allowed to run the Protean ability, which makes it so if it goes for Stealth Rocks, turns into the Rock type, Shadow Sneak, turns into the Ghost type, all that fun stuff. It's got a decent variety of moves to use from it, so I'd be excited to see what kind of Kecleon set he does bring. So some housekeeping notes on his team. Rockers, he has our Druddigon and Kecleon. He has no T-Spiker, and he has no Spiker as well. He has no Spinners on his team, but his 3 Defoggers are Scissor, Florges, and Tornadus Incarnate. He has a Heal Bell and an Aromatherapy user in Florges. So we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about our team right here. Let me go on ahead, grab these, put them in the calcs, so that way you guys can, so that way we can talk a little bit about those. It's a little early, not really a little early. I just kind of woke up too, so we're gonna go on ahead and break through this team here just for a little refresher course and just so you guys know. So first up here, you guys see we are bringing Tree Branch, the Golbat with the Eviolite. He has the Infiltrator ability with Taunt, Brave Bird, Roost, and Toxic. Infiltrator over Inner Focus. I don't see too many things on his team trying to flinch me outside of like Night Days or Dark Pulse Zoroark. Other than that, we're pretty mixed bulk. We do have enough speed to outspeed bulky Mega Venusaur and bulky Milotic and kind of shut them down with Taunt. We can Toxic the Gosh Diggity Darn Milotic and start going for damage. We can Brave Bird Roost the Mega Venusaur, and then just kind of taunt, so we make sure they don't get any recovery off of that. Tossing Toxics off too on things like the Florges, on things like the Druddigon, the Quagsire, the Electivire, just kind of wearing down thicker Pokemon are very, very crucial as well. But this spread does help us out. Let me go on ahead and talk about Gosh Diggity Darn Victini here. So yeah, like with this set, we eat a V-Create and a Bolt Strike. Like, we eat both of those, unless he's banded. If he's banded, we don't eat those. But if he's like a Scarf Victini set, you know, we take those 100% of the time. Let me just even double check. Yeah, even a banded set, like, we eat a banded V-Create from full. Jolly Band, I should say. Not Adamant Band. Adamant Band, I feel like, yep. Adamant Band, actually, Adamant Band has a 25% chance to OHKO, so if Golbat's in a full position, you know, we actually have rolls in our favor to live that. So Golbat just does very well. Roost for the recovery, the Eviolite pairing off of those two natural bulky defenses are going to be very, very nice this week. Like I said, Taunt's going to be really cool for preventing Mega Venusaur, Florges, the Scissor from setting up, Milotic from going for recover. It can potentially stop Tornadus from going for moves if we do get a taunt off on that thing. We can taunt the Quagsire as well, so all he can do is click Scald. Obviously can't hit us with Earthquake or Earth Power, but he won't be able to Toxic or recover. So things like that are really, really cool. We can prevent Kecleon and Druddigon from setting up hazards as well, which is very, very nice. I really like that. So I think Tree Branch has a lot riding on it this week, and I think it is a very good amount of bulk to bring for this week. Next up here, we'll talk about Maximus, the Arcanine, coming in with the leftovers, the Intimidate ability, Flamethrower, Morning Sun, Toxic, and Dragon Pulse. Max HP, max defense, 4 in special attack with a bold nature. Flamethrower and Dragon Pulse hit everything on his team that I want to stay in on. Dragon Pulse obviously hits the Victini. This is like a dedicated Victini switch, if I'm being honest. This is the dedicated Victini switch. Obviously, Final Gambit hurts if he has that. But like Choice Banded Adamant Victini, V-Create is doing 35%. Bolt Strike is doing 34%. So U-Turn not doing so much. So we'll be able to toss Flamethrowers off, Dragon Pulses onto Quagsire and stuff like that. Dragon Pulse also hits the Druddigon, which I feel like could be a very good answer for this, because Arcanine could obviously run like the Power Herb Solar Beam for something like Quagsire. So I don't think Quagsire is his immediate response. I think Druddigon is a safe neutral ground. And being able to go for Dragon Pulse on that thing, on what I anticipate to be a defensive Druddigon, Dragon Pulse is a 3-hit KO on that thing. And Earthquake in return, if we do get the Intimidate drop, does 25 to 30. We not only have our leftovers, but we also have Morning Sun recovery with 2. So we can take a turn, go for a Toxic, and then continue to Dragon Pulse that thing. Morning Sun obviously hindered in the sand, but so is Mega Venusaur's Synthesis, so that's kind of where that comes into play there. We can Toxic things like Milotic on the switch. We can Toxic things like Florges, again, wearing down those walls, so that way we can come in later and just kind of clean up and sweep. Next up here, we have Wintergreen, the Latios, rocking the leftovers as well with the Levitate ability, Psyshock, Calm Mind, Roost, and Surf. Max HP, 36 in special attack, 220 in speed with a Tib in nature. We are outspeeding, I believe, his entire team, barring Choice Scar. We are outspeeding his entire team that we can outspeed. Tornadus Incarnate does outspeed us, but after a Calm Mind, Tornadus Incarnate doesn't want to do too much to us. Psyshock and Surf is great coverage. Surf hits the Victini, Psyshock hits the Mega Venusaur, Psyshock hits the Milotic, Surf hits the Scizor, Surf hits the Florges, Surf hits the Zoroark, Psyshock hits the Druddigon, Psyshock hits the Tornadus, Psyshock hits the Quagsire, Psyshock hits the Electivire, and Psyshock hits the Kecleon. So after a Calm Mind or two, like I said, if we can wear down things between Golbat and Arcanine, we can just kind of start clicking Calm Mind and going for Psyshocks right there. Scarf users, obviously, we do have a little bit of an issue with. And Tornadus obviously is faster than us, but like I said, after a Calm Mind or two, and because of our already natural bulk, we do take a hit or two and we are able to roost off some of that, keep around our longevity there. Calm Mind, Roost, and 2 attacks was a lot better, I felt like, this week. Next up, we have Hella, the Mega Tyranitar, very defensive Tyranitar with the Sandstream, Stealth Rock, Pursuit, Stone Edge, and Fire Punch. Max in HP, 172 in defense, 84 in speed. Hello, dogs, I'm recording. Dedicated rocker, obviously, being able to set up the stand for Excadrill is really, really cool. We can go on ahead and take a look here just at some of our matchups that we do have. We can take a look here at some of the matchups that we do have. So Druddigon, Earthquake, yeah, 4-hit KO. I turn around and 3-hit KO with Sandstorm, or Stone Edge and Sandstorm. Something like the Victini, if he does decide to bring that. Brick Break. Yeah, Banded Victini, Brick Break is a 2-hit KO on us, and we Stone Edge in return and knock him out. or we two-shot with Pursuit, or we go for Pursuit on the second Brick Break, depending on the damage. That's what he wants to go for. We will be able to get up our rocks, like I said. It will force him to want to go for a defog, and him defogging, him only being able to defog is going to be better for us, simply because it'll deter him from wanting to get up hazards, even though he only has the, what, the 2 rockers? Yeah, Draudigon and Kecleon, so it will force us for a turn just to be able to go for that. Pursuit hits Victini on the switch. Fire Punch hits the Scizor. Stone Edge really hits everything else, honestly. We can take a look here. One of the things that I was concerned about is how it does against his water and grass core, but Stone Edge still does 36 to 43 to like a max HP Venusaur. Milotic, if it's a physically defensive set, which I would anticipate it to be. Stone Edge again, a 3-hit KO. With the sand up, Scald is a 4-hit KO, so if we can play well around with our burns, we're doing very, very nice. Rocks damage will be really nice too. Rocks damage obviously doing 25% of the Victini. If he's switching around a lot, which I would anticipate him to do, I want to keep him on his toes. Also doing damage to the Tornadus as well, which is very, very nice. Next up, Choice Banded Excadrill in the sand. Iron Head, Earthquake, Rock Slide in return. 44 in HP, 252 max attack, 212 in speed, Adamant Nature. So let's talk about this bad boy really quickly. We outspeed Scarf Tornadus Incarnate in the sand. Banded Excadrill has no switch-ins. We just kind of click, like once Scissor goes down, we literally just kind of click return, honestly. Rock Slide and Earthquake obviously both hit the Victini. If it is 1v1 versus Tornadus, we have the Rock Slide. Iron Head destroys Florges. You know, Life Orb last week was cool, but let's up it just a little bit. You know, he doesn't really have too many switch-ins to this monster. We can talk a little bit about Banded Excadrill and the damage output that he's capable of really quickly here. But just to throw out some numbers. Physically defensive Milotic is 2-shot by Earthquake, 59 to 70. Quagsire. Physically defensive Quagsire, again, a 2-hit KO'd by Choice Banded Earthquake. Scizor, if he's like a banded Scizor set, if he, oh my god, if he's a banded Scizor set, Earthquake has a 93.8% chance to knock him out. If he's max HP, again, we 2-shot him. We 2-shot everything. If he has no ground immunities this week, it's just gone. It's just absolutely done. I mean, Mega Venusaur, if he brings a defensive set on that, we can take a look here, like a max HP Venusaur set, Earthquake again. Like if Tornadus doesn't come, I am so free to just continuously click Earthquake in sand. It's not even funny. And I think Tornadus has to come. I honestly think Tornadus has to come. We outspeed, once sand's up, we outspeed his fastest Mon Scarfed in sand. So he would need to have like Tailwind support or something. And after that, like even if it does come, even if Tornadus does come, let's just toss max HP on there just because you never know the builds. Yeah, max HP Iron Head. So if I have rocks up, I guarantee knock it out with Iron Head after rocks. Rock Slide obviously does knock it out. And again, if I have rocks up, return is just also the play. If he no longer has that too, I mean, return is just very safe to spam. Earthquake's very safe to spam once Tornadus is gone. It's just so disturbing how strong this thing hits. And I really do think that seeing how Sand did us last week, I really do think Sand is going to be our key to victory this week. And last but not least, we do have Cabaret, the Aromatisse, with the leftovers, the Aroma Veil, Protect, Wish, Moonblast, and Aromatherapy. Max HP, max defense, 4 in special defense with a bold nature. This is kind of the glue this week. Being able to Wish Pass into Arcanine is going to be very nice, simply because the sand does inhibit the Morning Sun. Being able to Wish Pass into Golbat, you know, 3 of our Mons have reliable recovery, which is really nice. 4 of our Mons, technically, with Wish and Protect. Moonblast is very easy to spam once Mega Venusaur starts to go away, once Scizor is gone. And then even the Florges, like he has 3 Pokemon that resist that we just kind of hit really hard with Excadrill. So, and then Aromatherapy, if he does start tossing off Toxics, if he does start tossing off Will-O-Wisps, Thunder Waves, potentially, things like that. Just being able to heal up. If for whatever reason he's like a Will-O-Wisp Victini set and then burns our Tyranitar, we can Aromatherapy that thing for absolutely free stuff. So that is our team going up against Lynx. If you guys have enjoyed this team builder, go on ahead, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts. Of course, feel free to leave a like. If you're new, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm